Hello, and welcome to my channel, Daryl Speaks. I want to thank you for joining me. If you could do me a favor, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support means everything. Now, before I start my story, I want to paint a picture for you guys. Think of 15-year-old me sitting in concert band class in high school, nervous with this uneasy feeling in my stomach, just trying to get to the end of the day. Because if I can get to the end of that day, then I can make it to the next day. If I get to the end of the next day, I can make it through the weekend and hopefully no one find out about the wrong that I had just done, the wrong that I had just committed that was spreading like wildfire throughout my school.
Now, I know some of you may be thinking, what in the world happened? To answer that in its totality, I'd have to go back to the events of the previous day. But before I get into a day that will live in my memory for forever, I want to set somewhat of a precedent. The year is 2011. I'm a sophomore at Bishop McNamara High School, and for any of you that know this high school, it's a college preparatory style high school. So in a college preparatory style high school, our classes were an hour and a half, meaning we'd have 4 classes a day. Now, for anybody that's had hour and a half classes before you went to college, by the end of the day, your attention span is waning. At least for me, it was. And so, by the end of the day, near the last 2 classes of the day, to give yourself some more energy to make it through the rest of the day, I would ask the teacher to use the bathroom. Let me get the hall pass, let me go walk. Now, when I would go use the bathroom, truthfully, I wasn't always using the bathroom. Sometimes just walking around. During this time, lunch will be happening for other classes and other periods, so I might go in there to talk to some people in lunch. Like, I was taking my sweet time. And then sometimes obviously I use the bathroom. And a lot of that was just to get through the rest of that class, to get through the rest of the day. I never got any complaints from my teachers. I had good grades, so I didn't think too much of it. Now, if I'm being fully transparent, not only was I not always using the bathroom when I would go out on these bathroom breaks, sometimes I'd meet up with a female friend of mine that I was really cool with in high school. It started out real simple. We meet up in the hallway, we go to the stairwell, make out a little bit, go back to class. But we all know how the human mind works, and specifically the teenage mind at that time. I was 15. So anytime you get comfortable with doing something, you're getting away with it and there's no issue, it always escalates. You always start to feel a little bit more invincible each time. So there were a few times where we'd be in the hallway or we'd be in the stairwell and, people would be opening the door to come walking down the stairwell, walking up, and it would just interrupt us. We had to act like we were talking and not, making out or whatever we were doing. And obviously you get the looks and the stares of, we know what you're doing. So my brain started, working. I started brainstorming in my teenage boy mind about places that I could go with my female friend that were secluded, that were away, that we wouldn't be interrupted. And then bingo, I landed on the idea, the bathroom. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, Daryl, really, the bathroom? And that's fair. I just pray that you give me some grace. I was young, my head wasn't fully on straight. What didn't help was my female friend, when I gave her the idea, or I told her the idea, she was completely on board with it. And so the next time we scheduled to meet each other, instead of meeting in the stairwell, we met in front of the bathroom and we go into the women's bathroom. Now, I don't even think there was any logic that was going into the thought process as to why the women's bathroom, but it's just the way it played itself out. It's just what happened. And we go in there, do what we do. We don't get caught. We don't get interrupted. No issues. I walk away from that situation and I'm like, did that just happen? Did we get away with it? Like, were we able to actually go in there, not be interrupted, have our fun? And then I go back to class and then eyebrows not raised, teacher's not looking at me like I've been away for a long time. And so as with anything, as I said already, you start doing something and you're not getting caught and you're getting comfortable, you start to feel invincible. You start to feel like you'll never get caught. But I'm sure you guys are thinking, I'm not watching this video because Daryl didn't get caught and got away with it for the rest of his high school career. So it's the final quarter of the year. I'm literally a week and a half away from finals and concluding my sophomore year. And just like I had gotten used to, I meet with my friend, go into the bathroom. It wasn't an everyday thing, but we do it pretty frequently. This time, as I'm sitting there, a person walks in and I hear as they walk in, Daryl? In this confusing, questioning voice. As soon as I hear the voice, I know exactly who it is. It was another one of my good friends at the time. And I'm really confused on how she knows that it's me in the bathroom. Now, in hindsight, I had a very, I wouldn't say familiar shoe, but we had uniform at Bishop McNamara. but you got to wear whatever casual shoes that you wanted. Now, I've been a church boy, I've been going to church my whole life. And so the casual shoes that I wear were more like church style shoes. I don't think everybody, no, I know for a fact, no one else wore those specific shoes. But I never knew that I was familiar or known for those shoes. So when she walked into the bathroom, she saw my style of shoe and knew exactly who it was, which is why she called my name. So kind of crazy, but it is what it is. So as she calls my name, obviously I don't respond. I just sit there like as a statue, still as a statue, which is funny for me because it's like, she can't physically see me, so why are you being so still? I don't know, I was just freaking scared. The silence though of me not saying anything and my friend who was in the stall with me not saying anything is loud enough, and so my friend that walked in and called out my name immediately leaves the bathroom. Now, immediately following that exchange, I'm kind of frozen. Like when I had thought through, this whole genius plan to go to the bathroom to be, secluded from everybody, I never processed or thought through what I would do if I was recognized in the stalls. So I'm kind of frozen and I really don't know what to do. In hindsight, I should have just walked out the bathroom immediately, but I sat there, thought through everything. My friend, she's thinking through things as well. Finally, when I'm ready to, get up and leave, I start hearing a bunch of voices outside the door. It sounds like a mini crowd is forming. And they're like buzzing, you can hear them talking, but they're not coming in the bathroom. So at this point, it's kind of processing in my head that there's only one way in and out of this bathroom, and they're not leaving. And I've already been gone away from class long enough. And I'm gonna just have to walk through. So I'm talking to my friend and I'm kind of like, hey, do you think you could maybe go out there and try to get them to move and leave, because it's the women's bathroom. At least if you leave, you can make it seem like it was just you in there, whatever. I don't know what I was thinking. But she agreed, so she walks out there. The crowd starts asking her like, oh, who's in there with you? What are you doing? Da, 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 da. Just asking a bunch of questions. I can hear her trying to defend herself, but it's not really going too well, and they're not leaving. And so after a few more minutes of me staying in there trying to wait them out, knowing I had to get back to class because this had been probably the longest I'd been away from class on a bathroom break ever, I finally grow the courage to walk out the stalls, walk out the bathroom, and literally I see, so the bathroom, the way it was set up, it was like this little hallway from the main, so you had the main hallway, and then you had this little mini hallway that would lead you to the male and female bathrooms. And so when I walk out, the mini hallway is packed. It's fully packed. Some faces I know, some faces I don't. I just keep walking. I just brush through everybody. There's like a gas when I open the door. I just brush through everybody, keep walking. Another person I was cool with in middle school that also went to McNamara with me, he walks with me. He's asking a bunch of questions. I'm not answering anything. I'm just like, quiet. You saw what you saw. It is what it is. I'm leaving. So I get back to class. Surprisingly, my teacher doesn't even bat an eyelash that I had been gone as long as I did. Again, I was good in, my grades. So I guess they just didn't really care as long as I did great. So I get to class, I sit down, and I'm hoping and praying like I'll just stay silent about this. I won't say anything, and maybe everything will die down. Maybe everything will go away. Boy, was I wrong. If you made it to this point in the video, I want to say thank you so much for watching the full video. Your support really does mean everything. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It's free, and it really does go a long way by pushing my content on YouTube. Also follow my social medias as they are on the screen now. Until next time.